first crew of the day coming in on approach down at the dock, and man, I can't tell what he's got there, if those are mats or pools or what's going on up front of this boat. But I guess that's better than storing them at the stern. Everybody we see coming down here winds up storing them on the rear of the boat and then winds up having to navigate around them as they approach the dock. I do love how they're using, I can't tell if it's kids or adults or what, but they're using people as the weights to hold them down as they were going down the waterway. But here we go, Cap's going to go ahead and line it up and try and make his approach. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting 79. I'm going to apologize today, guys, for those who are around the channel a lot. You may notice I'm a little under the weather today, but that does not stop the boat ramp action from going down. So, Cap's making his turn and going to come in on approach. This one lines up. Funny, because I've only ever used people as weights in beanbag chairs. If you've ever had a beanbag chair in the back of the boat, you know that those like to want to blow away if there's nobody sitting in them as well. This is the first time I think I've ever seen somebody use like some sort of flotation device in the front of the boat and just use people sitting in it as the weight to hold them down. So the crew looks pretty ready, because they've got the guy in the bow on the ready, guy in the stern on the ready as well. This Cap takes the slow roll approach as they come in on the dock. The line's dangling down. I can't tell what happened there, if it just dropped into the water. Got a good line. Our guy's navigating this bow rail. There we go. Goes for the toss. Gets the assist. Gets over the bow rail. Is able to walk this one up. And of course their human weight up front is no longer needed as we get to the dock. Oh, somebody went down on the other side. Oh, we're going to go over there in a sec. Man, we missed it. Our girl ate it coming off the dock. Well, excuse me, trying to come off the boat. Stepped up onto the gunnel and fell back. Fortunately, two other women were there and wound up catching her, so she did not go down hard. And you want to talk about some confidence down at the boat ramp? My man, Cap left the helm, walks into the bow, and he's just letting it ride. That's wild right here. So he slow rolls it in, coming in bow first. He's going to have to push himself off the dock so he doesn't hit. But we watch so many people come down here to the boat ramp and wind up struggling to get the boat on the dock. And then we get Cap like this, solo, up in the bow, all the confidence in the world, like, yeah, we're good. I don't need to be at the helm. Have the right line, and we're going to walk it up. Now, he is on the jet ski dock, so I'm assuming he's got to move the boat over. And get it around. And he bounces it off the dock right there. Now he's got the struggle of trying to get it over here as the wind is fighting him. You can see the wind in the trees behind us and off of his shirt. It's actually fairly strong down here today. Is he gonna power it back up, try and get back on? Or is he gonna continue to try and walk it over? I mean, come on, bro. You had all that confidence coming in on one. Surely you can just jump back in the boat in 2 seconds, put this on 2. But no, he's going to go ahead and try and manhandle it over and around. And what looked like a confident landing that was going to be simple, all of a sudden seems a little more, not distressed, that's not the right term, just difficult, a little more challenging, let's say. As he continues to try and get it to kick over. And the crew in front of him here is like halfway down the dock. I don't think there's even enough room for him really to pull this on. And there we go. He walks it alongside. So our next crew coming in on approach, Cap has the stern kicking out as the crew tries to get the lines ready. Our guy in the bow is going for the stretch. There we go. The step off, line in hand. But they've got to get the stern over And Cap is doing nothing. Just chilling. He's like, yeah, whatever. You guys figure it out. Alright, bro. All you gotta do is turn the motor, tap a reverse, it'll bring it over. He really is. He's just gonna do nothing. As his crew kind of struggles to get it all figured out. And he's giving them a look like, bro, what are you guys doing? This one's pretty hilarious to me, actually. I don't know why Cap's not attempting to get the boat over there. There we go. The crew takes care of it for him, as he wasn't really willing to put in the effort. That's an interesting approach on trying to dock the boat. But the crew gets it over, and they are good to go. Our next crew coming in on approach, as Cap takes the slow roll approach in toward the dock, starts to make his turn, got his girl ready to get the lines and get this one put on. So, I like the nice committed line. Not a ton of wind today. If you look at the back, you see the trees aren't blowing anything crazy right this second. It's calmed down just a little bit here as the days progress. And somebody's got a little bit of a sunburn. So Cap gets the slow roll in. He's got the line on ready. Has to navigate this bow rail. And on the pole, the push off to kind of let it come alongside. And the slow push up. And sometimes it goes smooth. There not always fails down at the boat ramp. As we can see here, this crew is able to, well, fairly successfully get it on. We've got one line on around the pole. That brings the second one back around. And again, this crew's good to go as well. I am not sure what in the world is going on here, but the boat looks like it's popped off the front of the trailer. I don't know if something broke, or this is just the way they're trailering it. They've gotten straps, I can see it looks like going over the bow. What in the world is this? Let me know in the comments, do you think something broke and they're trying to fix it, or are they actually trying to launch the boat and this is just how they tow it? I really have no earthly clue on this one. They didn't just pull, they came out of nowhere, but that doesn't mean anything. Something could have broke on the trailer somewhere else, and they're trying to launch now to see if they can get it fixed. But I mean, you never know what you're going to see down here in South Florida, that's for sure. The boat ramps, they always bring something new every single time we come down. Next crew on approach, getting some lines ready up in the bow. Oh, and he's gonna stand up. Hang on, bro. Oh, little dance. Oh, he almost goes in. And he starts yelling at the captain as he points to the dock as Cap starts trying to back it up. Get it lined up for the dock so they can go on. Little dance action right here as this crew is having a good time as they try and get this boat brought in. I'm just waiting for him to go in. For whatever reason, like it's just one of those feelings. You're like, he's going in. Oh, Grandma's getting in the action as well. Now everybody's having fun down at the boat ramp. So he's pointing for Captain to try and turn it over. Little armchair quarterback up the bow. Trying to bring it around. I still can't believe he's just standing up there. Once again, I'm waiting for it to happen, for somebody to go down. Cap's trying to bring it around. Comes in a little hot, but he's going to bring it around. Bow heavy. Gets the step off. But now we are sideways at the ramp. And he's going to do a little tug of war action to try and get it back over. We got the stern line at the back. They just got to find a way to get this over to the dock. It's pretty far back there right now. She's like, what are you doing, bro? Bring it over. Checking the wind. There we go, the light toss. And that will get that stern brought over. And this crew brought alongside. But work done here. Our next crew trying to get it put onto the trailer. And a little trailer smack action right there. And they'll smack the bow rail a second time. Now let me know, when you guys load your boats onto your trailers, do you guys usually power on like this, or do you just walk it on and then winch it up? I know everybody's got an opinion on that one. Everybody's opinion differs just a little bit. But sometimes when you're powering on, you gotta be careful, or you wind up in a situation like this where you wind up smacking that thing twice. Probably get a few scuffs up there in the bow. One of our favorite crews down here at the old boat ramp is they're gonna stop and unload everything onto the dock before they leave. Now, typically I feel like it's a little easier to do this once the boat's out of the water. So for example, I'm unloading all this stuff and I'm carrying it to a car or even the tow vehicle. Why not just leave the boat where I can drive over to the car or I have the tow vehicle with me? Instead, this crew is literally going to spend 5 or 10 minutes unloading everything onto the dock. And literally clog the dock for that long. Not good boat ramp courtesy to do this. I definitely don't recommend playing this one this way. If they're stuck on the boat, leave them on the boat, get the boat pull up next to the car that you're going to unload at, and unload there. And if you're unloading into the tow vehicle, why take anything off the boat until you got the tow vehicle down there? It just doesn't make a ton of sense. So our next crew coming on approach all the way down to 7. As it looks like, I can't tell if he's trying to get the fender undone, so I'm assuming to get it over to the other side. This guy almost goes down right here. They're trying to toss a line all the way across the boat. This cap's trying to bring it alongside. So, cap struggles a little bit. They go for the reach in the bow for a second, but nobody holds on. I can't tell. It's tough to see from this angle. Did the guy... No, I'm like, did he get off on the dock? No, and now he's completely sideways as he's trying to get this one over. And unfortunately, they're not going to have a ton of line because they've stretched the line all the way across the back of the boat. So there's not a whole lot of extra line there to work with to try and get this thing brought over to the other side of the vessel. So the crew right there tries to bring it up. He's going to go for the pull. She does seem to have a fair amount of line in her hands, though, so maybe she's got enough that she can get it brought over. There we go. As Cap's trying to get the whole thing over, she tosses it across the dock. And they will get both lines. And there you go. So one hand on each line. He gets around one hook. And his buddy will use his foot to kind of keep the boat pivoted off. Now bring it alongside. As the ladies are holding on. I mean, they got lines on the dock, guys. Just tie them off. As you see the ladies just hanging on and keep it over there. Bring that line that's around that pole back and just tie it off in the cleat and be done. There we go. Trying to get it over. I was stuck on the pole. He's bringing it back to the backside. But yeah, on this one, I mean, if you wrap it around the pole, you don't even got to like tie it off on the pole. Wrap it around the pole, come back to the cleat, tie it off of the cleat, and just leave it. Back a little bit. This crew should be good here as well. This cap's up. And here we go with the old towboat bringing in another vessel. Tight quarters is going to try and slide in right here with another boat on the other dock on the other side. So, I'm guessing, well, he's by himself, which is unique and interesting because typically when we see these guys come in, there's somebody with them, with the boat they're towing, and not in this case. dock, but the boat's kicking out, which is going to kick the other vessel out. As he tries to get the throttles right, to see if he can get this one brought alongside. So, the other boat's drifting off. It doesn't really have it tied tight to the hip like normal. Which means it's drifting toward the other vessel on the other dock. It seems to be struggling just a little bit, which is a little odd for a tow captain. We don't typically see that happen that much. Usually these guys are walking right in. For whatever reason, he's struggling with those throttles. There we go, right there, kicks it back around. But as soon as he walks away, he tries to go grab a line. The boat itself is pulling off the dock. I feel like he's doing too much here. I could be wrong, but right here, I mean, you're close enough, bro. Grab a line. Hook it onto the dock and tie yourself. There we go. You get it tied up now, but you can see the other boat he's got into is actually hanging off and it's hitting the boat on the other dock on the other side. It's just interesting. I wonder why he didn't do a tight hip tow. Now, I'm not a tow captain, so I don't have the good answer for that either. But usually when we see these guys come in with a hip tow like this, everything's pretty tight, so the boat will do exactly what he wants it to do. Maybe that's because there's nobody else on there, so he needed the extra room. I don't know, because he doesn't have any help to try and get this off, so... I'm lying about that. He's handing the line to somebody on the dock, so perhaps the person whose boat this is on the dock. As they go to walk forward. Well, here we go with our next crew, trying to line it up. I like the placement of the mat on this. It looks like they've got some sort of contraption that goes in the rod holders to hold it. And that's a pretty slick move. The only real problem with this is you wind up committed, so they don't want to dock on that side no matter what. They're always going to want a port side dock if the net is over there, but it does kind of keep it out of the way. I like that better than when they put it on the stern of the boat. Our guy steps off. They got to watch out. There's another boat coming in beside him, and he's going to call it close. He's turning into him. All right, Cap, you got to go forward. Go forward! I think he did hit him. It's tough to tell. It looks like he did run into him over there. Trying to see. So they're bouncing off now. Going back toward the dock. Slow rolling it in. He gets the step off. And Aaron steps off the stern as well. Make it look pretty easy right there. Got the crew line sneaking in behind everybody. This crew, I mean, he's even going so far, he's trimming the motor up, so they're done. Let's see what our crew line crew does over here on the side. So they're still talking over here. This is an interesting move. So the pro line is dropping the power poles to just chill here while he waits, but I think he just figured out that it's too deep. It was an interesting thought, like a good concept in theory, to go ahead and drop those and stay in position while you wait for a dock to come available, but it's too deep right there for him to kind of reach. And so unfortunately, the plan didn't pay off. After a few minutes of waiting, our crew finally gets their shot as they make their way into the dock. So the little shade they've got in the back is almost going to act like a sail. This is weird. So this is the guy that got towed in, and he's just taking off. That's an odd one. I wonder what the deal is with that. So, like I said, the shade will act like a little bit of a sail. When they catch some of that wind, sometimes it makes it a little more difficult for these crews to wind up docking. Overall, they're making it look pretty easy as Cap gets right alongside. They should be able to get a line off and be good to go from here. And speaking of good to go, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Rants. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does much great things down at the inlets. Channel Broncos Girls, some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats versus Haulover. Being a machine, take them on the nature down at Haulover Inlet. If you guys haven't the subscribe button here.